Okay, we're back with episode 56, I think that's the number, of Blind Marathon Deathworld Spidertron Percent. And yeah, we're up to researching Spidertron. We've got like all the other text we needed. I think a couple of things happened between episodes. I think I added a bit more that I don't have radar coverage of, but these are no longer ghosts, because otherwise these guys would be complaining that stuff isn't built, and they're not, so that's fine. And we've got lots of tanks and lots of steam and lots of solar, and the power grid is still like completely happy. The other thing that's happened is, mucked around with the storage a bit more because this is still a mess. I think I'm going to go and go over here and fix this first. But yeah, now getting rid of shortage of blue chips, which is nice. It's still like plastic and red chips and all that stuff that I need. So there's stuff to do there as well. What was I coming over here for? That's right. So I've got like a lot of LDS now. I could be launching rockets. I'd rather not be launching rockets. But the thing I need is, like, I set aside some rocket control units for the Spidertrons, but I also need a lot of low density structure. Like if I'm building 3 Spidertrons, that's like 450 LDS, so that's 330, so I need another 120. None of these things divide nicely into 120, do they? Okay. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That should be, I think that should be about the amount of LDS I need, which I kind of feel bad for taking away from the Yellow Science build, but whatever. Let's see if it will fit in these boxes. This is kind of my Spidertron cache of stuff. I've got the fusion reactors and the RCUs that are set aside, and also a pile of LDS that's set aside, and it's also not in the network, so that's cool. The other thing that happened, that was the other thing that happened. I visited these guys and took almost all of this fissile material. I mean, there's also stuff in the centrifuges. They just need to get more of the other stuff, so I might turn the mining back on at some point. And took it down here and gave it to these guys, which have now done everything they needed to, and I've got about 200 of those things sitting around that we're not going to use yet. They are for later. But the thing I did want to set up, that I realized I researched ages ago, which I have kind of a plan to use today, is, I think we're going to get rid of all of these things. Let's not do that. Put these guys over here because, whatever. Put these things, I mean, that's a lot of damage. The thing I wanted to do, and in fact, this setup is going to change as well. It's going to go in, it's going to be like that. Whatever. Because these I'm going to change to the drone things. These ones can be the Tech 2 drone things, and these ones can be the Tech 3 drone things, because I, researched these and then haven't used them. And then, that's not like research anything, so that's cool. Okay. Okay, a lot more RCUs than I need. I mean, they're going to redeliver them again, but whatever. Let's just put these back over here, like it's fine. And then you can take whatever I've got, you can build another one, sure. And this is set up, like, I'm pretty sure that these 15 seconds for 15 seconds for, okay, so the ratios of these are still not quite right, but I wanted, in fact, these 4 smaller 15 seconds, 4 smaller 8 seconds. Okay, so it's kind of 2 to 1, but I still want to put these things in here and then request this stuff. Make those numbers sensible. Then I also wanted red chips. Like 20 is probably going to be fine, and then also speed modules, I think, is the other thing. I think that's all the things that these things need, yeah. Those and red chips, That guy already got a bunch of them. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out if, like, when all this stuff gets done, this guy's got, like, the ones I had sitting around. In fact, let's take those off the hotbar. These guys are going to be very slow waiting for all of this one to just build themselves, so I'm probably going to figure out, like, probably not with this pattern though. Also, you don't want to be giving things to there at all. You want to be going in there. Yeah, this is going to end up waiting on these guys. In fact, but yeah, you know, we'll do that. It'll be fine. We got some other things to do for a moment. That's pretty much done. Red chips. I was going to extend the red chips. The thing. Oh yeah, that was the first thing I was going to do. Because the other thing I noticed is, having switched these rounds and turned that off, these guys actually need the robot frames. Like, actually kind of need the robot frames. So let's make this output thing less of a disaster. If I actually have the things on me, which I do not. Okay. So if I do that, then I can take these output inserters and kind of weave them in a different way and put them like here. Means I need to do that here as well. Okay. That's also how you can request things. You can just have just pick things up, delete them again, apologize to your bots and ask them to bring you the things that you want. Okay, because now with these things like here, this mess doesn't need to exist, and all of this mess doesn't need to exist. And now these things can actually be on just different belts, which is a whole lot easier. And, you know, could have been a thing that I might have done earlier, but didn't, you know, so whatever. So yeah, now those guys are fine. They can go back to manufacturing things by putting in, where it is, there it is. Putting the lubricant back on. All these guys are starting to work again. Let's grab a couple of these and get these guys back online faster. So yeah, bunch of steel. Have all the steel, make all the things, and yeah, now if these guys back up, they'll just back up normally and won't affect the red chip supply, which is, you know, a big deal. Do I even want more RCUs? Unclear. But I do want a lot more yellow science. They got everything they want. Yeah, you can build one of those. Because I kind of got, like, I'm kind of not planning on doing any more space science, and I've also run out of fissile material. All of, you know, I've got a bit left around to kick off Coverix again. Let's put those guys there for reasons. But I also don't think I'm going to need much more of that. But anyway, science is going slowly because yellow. And this is going to be yellow because red chips, because plastic, isn't it? Yeah, yellow because blue chips, because red chips, because that's just the rate at which I'm making red chips. But I am actually full on gas, so maybe I do these things in a different order. Yeah, okay. I was going to do a different thing first, but now I've changed my mind. I talked about expanding blue science before, but I don't actually think I care about that right now. What I care about right now is just extending the red chips half of this build. So can I, let's see if this works. I gotta turn my bots off, turn my bots back on again. I don't have enough of these, so I would need that one to disappear. I've got to actually do the other one as well. And also the corner can't be there for reasons. Okay, let's do this trick again. Let's put these guys, that wants to go there. Okay, turn my bots back on. This acid is in terrible places, but it's fine. Do I move the oil? Do I move the acid? Do I just move? Yeah, let's do that. Because then that can go there, and then that can go there, and the acid is reconnected again. And then these pipes are kind of out of the way. Then I can just, like, you know, that one I wanted to stay. Because all of this stuff, and the thing I should have checked is whether or not I'm actually consuming full belts, because it's entirely possible that it might actually not get any better. But the thing, oh yeah, these are also going to have to go, because I want to take, I don't know how much can I fit? I can in fact fit that much, so that's what we're going to do. We'll see if we can make it work. I'm pretty sure these are, yeah, these are the cold storage boxes. We're going to do that. Then for the rig chip side, we need like that much of it, don't we? And I just guess we see how much more we can fit in here. And looks like, what is in the way? Express underground belt is in the way. That one is going to the wrong place. I mean, that looks like it'll work fine. The thing I have not thought about is, do I need more of these things? Yeah, we are absolutely in the negligence phase. Oh no, I also don't have the prod mod 3s for that. I only have prod mod 1s. Am I okay with only having prod mod 1s in there? Are there other things I would rather? Should I take the prod mod 3s out of, say, the cogs? Or these? Yeah, let's do a little upgrade planner thing that goes from 2s to 1s. And then these guys can get 1s, those guys can get 1s. And now I've got 24, which is probably not enough. 24 prod mod 2s. Do I downgrade these from 3s to 2s? Yeah, let's do that as well. 3 to, not to 1, 2. There are the machines I don't care about. All those things definitely want 3s. Okay. And then we just see which of these things we can fit more modules in. Let's also start at, okay, gas is still not connected. Let's do that. Can I fit another one of these guys in here? The answer is absolutely yes, so that's what we're going to do instead. Also, I need to build more chem plants. That's apparently a thing. This is almost certainly not going to keep up with rates of like I'm quite aware at this point that the copper and coal I'm putting in are probably not going to keep up with all of this, but that's also kind of fine. Things I will just deal with. Okay, so I need to make more chem plants. The other thing I was going to do is, because these ones here are the last to get stuff, so let's downgrade these ones 3 to 1. Let's downgrade those ones, and then when we run up this end, we'll have more 3s to put in things, and I need to downgrade 1 more, which means I'm having all of you guys, and then so they're almost all 3s, and they're all beaconed. And other than the fact that I need the chem plants, I need 3 more chem plants. I mean, that's pretty easy, and everything else is still lined up. I think that's pretty much all what it needs to be. Okay. Chem plants. 3 chem plants. I won't need these things. Is that enough to make 3 chem plants? Yes, considerably, as it turns out. Okay. I was also wondering if I should make more furnaces to keep up with this purple production, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I mean, things I could do, but I'm not going to. Where can these go? These can go, like, over here, whatever. I mean, the sensible move was just to, yeah, take those from my inventory, put them somewhere useful, get rid of all of that stuff. 2 flying robot frames. 75 cogs. I must be able to find something that wants cogs. There you go. Give me all of these. So at this point, this is probably blasted the gas. I mean, that was probably going to happen anyway, which I'm kind of fine with. There was something else I was getting rid of. This is what I was getting rid of. These guys are probably low on frames because I cut green chips for a while. Maybe. There could be a number of reasons. But the other thing I noticed is that this is all running, kind of, but the heavy oil is backed up, and the light oil is also pretty heavily backed up, and it just looks like I could be processing this harder. So I think we're going to beacon that again, and okay, so that one's fine. I think we're going to be beaconing some of these things again, because yeah, this is all stuff that could be gas, so we need more beacons. I got 7 beacons. I want more beacons. Beacons are over here. Give me more beacons. This is... Have I still not connected that gas? What's going on here? Okay, there just isn't any. That's all kind of rough. Should I also be... Are these guys not working? But yeah, I'm just all out of oil. Okay. Maybe I should also go and beacon the new oil patch up the north. Maybe that's the thing that happens. You haven't built any more things. Why not? Because you don't have any more red ammo. Why don't you have red ammo? Because that's not a storage box. Okay. Let's do that, because I'm planning on needing it. At this point, is there a way... Yeah, there is. This... I'd much rather have 2 of this type. But they need to be... Yeah, but the two of this type need to be on either side of the level 2 one, or doing a long-handed inserter trick across, which would be a bit of a pain. Do I even worry about doing that at all? Because like there aren't any particularly useful places. I'd need to do like other long-handed inserter tricks or other worse patterns. So I guess let's do this instead. And then this one doesn't need to request these guys anymore. And then this one can push over here. And this one can be speed modules. And this one can be upgraded ones. Probably at this point this guy wants some speed modules maybe, but probably not, but whatever. And yeah, that'll be a way of grid chips. I'm getting a bit more out because I should be doing something with these guys. I think that's the right way around. 15 seconds for 8 seconds. Yeah, so I don't actually, if these, this is kind of ratio to this, and then this is sped up because, yeah, sure, whatever. Do I have a lot of beacons? Yes. Do I have a lot of speed modules? I just put them back. That's still enough speed beacons, is it? That'll be fine. We've got to get a lot more plastic in. Okay, this kind of red chips is looking unhealthy. I guess it's partly also because I'm making a lot more beacons, which, to be honest, I don't need because I'm going through the final stages of the expansion now. So let's just cut that down a bit. Yeah, and I've already got. I'm going to end up with 7 more beacons than I actually need, but it's fine. You have red chips. Okay, sure. I think I'm just okay with leaving this doing its thing for the moment. Spidertron is like on 70%, which is kind of nice. Let's go and beacon. Do I not have fuel? No, I have fuel. That button. Let's go and beacon this stuff a bit more. And yeah, there are a couple of expansions to deal with, kind of, but I want to do a different kind of road trip with them. Like, just we might go and see how far this bit of continent goes and whether it's got anything interesting, even before the Spidertron stuff. Piece of wall destroyed. It's fine. Okay. This is how we extend cracking. Then we're going to need to do the same on the light cracking. I could have put more chem plants and done this different ways, but also I didn't, so it's fine. Did I not bring enough? Oh no, I did bring power balls. I was just in another network and different bots bringing the power balls. Okay, it's fine. So yeah, so all of these things are now beaconed harder. Are they just in a really bad place? If I moved, they are. Those are all in a terrible place. These ones are in a good place. These are hitting 3 each. These are only hitting 2 each. Okay, I can deal with that. That's a thing that I can process. Let's just line these up with the other ones, like so. And now these will each hit 3, which is a much better way of doing things. And I might have ended up with some speed beacons in the other Roboport network, which is a bit of a shame, but whatever. These ones are lined up fine. Yeah, sure, cool, okay. So hopefully that starts to get a bit of work done through those things, unless it's a water shortage, which it doesn't look like it's a water shortage, but that could have always been a thing that happens because the water is also a thing. Okay, fine. Also, I'm going to start. This guy's actually got a lot of acid now. Okay, let's go. Small face acid. Full cargo, except I don't have a station with me. I cannot build a station with me, and did not give this one a station yet. So am I doing that now? I don't actually think I'm doing that now. like so. How's it doing? It's pretty good. Lots of things are happy. Lots of things are processing. Is that still... Oh, it's still got a light oil output bottleneck. These guys aren't running because I have too much light oil. But all of these things are running. Maybe I did just need to add a pile more light oil cracking. Maybe that's the thing I do later. Okay, what did I want? I wanted a lot of rockets. Of which I have a lot of rockets. I wanted a lot of flamethrower fuel, of which I wanted... Which I have some amount of flamethrower... I have a lot of flamethrower fuel now. I do not need that much flamethrower fuel. I've still got these robots. I don't need those robots. I want the other robots. Do I have fish in storage? Yes, many. I have beacons in storage as well. Have more beacons, I guess. Kind of useful things. I guess we get some cars. Do I want the land... Are the landmines... Are the landmines still in the box up here? Yes. Do I want to take some landmines with me? Maybe. What I do want is... Oh yeah, all of these things. You have whatever you will like. Give me all of these. 16 is not a huge number, but it's okay. Do I have yellow signs turning up? Yes, and it's still because blue... So why am I... If I don't care about the RCUs, why am I giving them all of the blue circuits when they could just be going into the yellow circuits build? Okay, so all those guys are going to be happy for a while. These things, we won't take the other toys, they are for later. I did want more rocket fuel, and possibly more rockets. And then I think we just go and see, have a bit of a run around. Do we even need that many repair packs? I don't think I need that many repair packs, but it's fine. The disadvantage of using rocket fuel for this is kind of how many elements you get, because you expend at most, well, at least one whole fuel unit when you put a thing in a train and it uses part of it, and then you pick up the train again before it's used up. Its entire cycle. I was gonna speed bunch all those things. I did not. Or at least beacon them, that is. But am I at least getting a lot of red chips out? I mean, it looks like I'm gas limited again, and so that at least got a bit faster. But, you know, sure, maybe. But the thing we're going to do now, I don't need all of these, is... Do they need turrets? Probably not. We're going to go see how viable it is with the stuff I have at the moment to pick these fights and kill some of these bases. Because these behemoths are still going to be a bit of a pain, but I also still have a flamethrower. And, you know, also looking for things to do while Spidertron isn't here yet. So, seems like these little bases are pretty fine. And also we'll go for a bit of a drive and... let's not set the forest on fire again. Or let's not set this particular forest on fire. So yeah, this is why I wanted fish. Because yeah, these all look pretty small. Like this one might be a bit hairy, but you know, I also haven't used the new robots yet, so... So maybe this is... can I actually just run... Yeah, I can. So that's worked out quite well. I mean, these are probably largely going to re-expand, but they will be re-expanding... Oh, that's not the right button. Maybe it was the right button. they will be re-expanding into the same space instead of into later spaces. And, you know, managing expansions is still most of how Deathworld works. A lot of behemoths here, a lot of behemoths there. Well, this is an attack group, so I made that easier for the base to deal with. These are just a bunch of worms. Oh no, there's a nest here. Okay, there was a nest here. So I mean, even with the number of PDLs I have, the behemoths are still a little bit of effort. Okay, so this is going to be... Yeah, they're doing some laser stuff. That's kind of cool. And they're attracting some... I mean, they're being a bit of a distraction, which is also nice. And also personal lasers still being personal lasers. So yeah, a base this size is also something I can apparently just walk into now, which is a good thing to know. And yeah, let's just go this way. Let's also, because this one capsule gives me 5 dudes, doesn't it? Yeah, it gives me 5 destroyers, so that's pretty cool. So I need to remember to only actually use one of those. I don't feel like going all the way over there though, so let me call in some fire support. I'm gonna have to set that to manual so that it starts doing things. Really? Not really, actually, at all. It's completely fine. How do I get through? Did I bring cliff explosives? I did bring some cliff explosives, so I can just turn up and do completely mean things if I feel like it. Rockets, I still have lots of rockets. Running through the trees. I think the behemoths are actually faster than me, even with the legs, because because of the way the speed scales kind of differently. Maybe that tree dies. It probably won't cause a forest fire. It's probably fine. Yeah, so this is still going pretty well. Especially these worms and things that are trying to predict where I'm going to be. But, you know, I'm faster than that and changing direction, and that's all just fine. Oh yeah, where's the train? Like, I could probably just dance these guys to death. One of them got me. That's exciting. Okay, this train, manual, cool. Those bases are things I don't need to care about. So there is a base over here I'm going to care about. Kind of, I guess. Should we do some more robots? Let's see if I can do this without robots. Apparently I can do this without robots. Yeah, it's pretty fine. I mean, all the bases on this bit of the peninsula are kind of small for Deathworld. Makes me wonder if this just happened to not have any bases and all these things are expansions. Maybe. Okay, let's have some robot fun again. These guys are taking a while, but it's fine. Given I've got the robots, I should probably have a look at the big base. That's pretty fine. This is pretty normal. Need to get out the rockets again because we got to take out some of the nests, otherwise they just keep spawning biters at us. Which is like the main things that are the concerns. But also it's kind of fine. We got our personal lasers, we got the defensive robots. It's all pretty good, unless you're a biter, in which case it's kind of a dark day. Like there's a bottleneck here, so we can just fill that with fire, and these guys have a bad time. Yeah, so that's clear. That train's done its business. I guess it can go home again. I guess I could also send it to some of the other outposts where I was shelling stuff, but I'm not going to. I already killed the nest here, so it was just those worms, past tense. There's one nest here, or at least there was one nest there. Oh no, there's a bit more stuff, okay. Let's actually get the nest, because it's kind of the whole point we're doing this. So that's that done. All those guys are dead. Am I going to kill the worms? Yeah, I'm going to kill the worms. I'm going to use my personal lasers to kill the worms. Okay, that's kind of annoying. That's the kind of place I am now. Using cliff explosives just to not have to walk around the cliff, so I can personal defense laser the aliens. This definitely looks like a place where I want some of these, because this is a decent sized base. This is actually a base I could have saved for making Spidertron worthwhile. And yeah, don't get accidentally pathed into the other base. Okay, run at me through the fire, well done. More rockets. You guys get some rockets. Rockets are still good damage for biters as well. Yeah. So this is actually still kind of effective, I guess. Let's have another one of these. I mean, the splitters also have quite a long firing animation in terms of like the different firing animations in the game, which means you can kind of get in range, fake them into shooting you in some position, and then be out of range again or just elsewhere. Oh, this bit of coastline curving around like this is pretty interesting. There might be some decent bottlenecks to work with. But I'm still not seeing any super useful resources that I actually want. I can probably go through this base, I can probably go through these little bases. I mean, maybe this bottlenecks again or something? Who knows? 9 things being attacked. I mean, these are still not numbers of things I should actually care about getting attacked at this point in the Deathworld. Oh, there's a worm still up. Let's just quickly deal with this worm. It was quickly dealt with. I think this is probably a residual thing from... Oh no, it is in fact a worm. I thought it was a thing left over that some biters that were on the map when I was shelling stuff. I wasn't expecting to still have occasional worms there, but you know, it's fine. Let's check that. I mean, research has been progressing, but let's check that. Oh yeah, everything's going quite nicely, isn't it? Lots of yellow science. Decent number of chips. Yeah, that's a thing I'm happy with. Are these robots going to run out? Maybe. Is it going to be fine? It's going to be fine. Oh no, they did actually run out. They missed out on that one fight. Shame for them. We'll bring in some other friends. And now all these guys can, there we go, do like much the same kind of stuff. Still got the rocket launcher, that's good. Okay, so I mean this is also kind of a reference push for doing things with Spidertrons later, because we're going to have some new tools soon which hopefully change things up a bit. But I mean, walking through this stuff is still a bit kind of, yeah, that's a bad time to be somebody else. Okay, so a nest in the middle of the forest at this point is going to be kind of annoying. So that's also one we're going to leave for later. And then these ones are kind of getting to a decent size. Got to worry about being flanked here a little bit. Apparently not that much. Maybe, we'll see. No, we're fine. So where does... Oh, this is also just a little base. This, and then this is going to do the... Ooh, I like this shape of coastline, because this means, like with this curving like this looks like it'll have some kind of defendable bottleneck, although like this one is still the kind of one I have to worry about. Maybe we'll do that some other time. This is going to be pain, isn't it? Did I even bring grenades? I don't have grenades. I have one poison grenade, which if I put it like there will get rid of some of the trees. Then I have a cliff explosive to get through this bit, but it's still a bit of a pain. My robots went away and I'm stuck in the trees. That's, I mean, still a reasonably acceptable situation. He said, stuck in the trees. Okay, so we're getting some decent sized bases now. Yeah. Do I want to fight these bases now? I don't actually want to fight these bases now. Because I'm 96% on Spidertron, which means I've got to go back and start thinking about everything else that I will want, and whether or not I have all the components I need to build them, and all that kind of faff. So let's put some of these here, get in the car, and hit a rock. That's such theme. Okay, so these spiders are probably still clear. I mean, we still looked at a bunch of territory between that and the train. Let's also check these red dots. I'm pretty sure these guys should be gone because they were in range of the train, and yeah, they were just not much. Spidertron on 96. A lot of bases cleared. No actual resource patches secured, which is, you know, a bit of a shame. This is the remains of a base I shelled previously, so let's kind of do that. I mean, these guys will still do quite a bit of damage. So it's kind of important to like not actually let them get on top of you. But I can also still just like kind of clear them out like that. So that's that base gone. Let's do this other little expansion thing because I spent more robots. So, you know, getting value out of little robots is cool. And that's the space done, nearly. Let's put some of that down, run over here. That's that base done, okay. What is the easiest way? I think cars are still slightly faster at this point, aren't they? But I'm also not going very far because I'm just going to put a train down as soon as I get to a station. But it seems like it's a faster way to get that far. Okay, I think we are very nearly to call it. I mean, we're almost at all of the win conditions of this scenario. We're very close to getting Spidertron, like 99% or whatever. We've got the nuclear weapons, we've launched a couple of rockets, we've got the energy weapons damage. This is, at this point, pretty much done, and then we can just collect our riches and enjoy the last of the end game. And that's probably what we're going to be doing next turn. Building some Spidertrons, getting some stuff done. I'm still making these, okay, sure, whatever. Yeah, good times. A lot of good stuff done. We are pretty much successful. Oh, we are successful, cool. In that case, we have all of that to look forward to for next time.